Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Sure. Here's a 2,000 word YouTube script about the Ford GT, tailored for a YouTube channel like Drive Zone. It keeps the flow engaging and informative, ideal for a 13-minute video. Opening. The Ford GT, a name that echoes through the halls of automotive history. A machine born from competition, refined by innovation, and perfected for the road. It's not just a car, it's a statement. A symbol of American performance, engineering, and resilience. Today, we take a deep dive into the legendary Ford GT, exploring its roots, evolution, and the sheer engineering brilliance that makes it one of the most iconic supercars ever produced. We'll cover its history, performance, design, and the driving experience that sets it apart. So, buckle up, because this is the ultimate Ford GT deep dive. The origins, the Ford GT40. To understand the Ford GT, we have to go back to the 1960s, to the moment when Henry Ford II declared war on Ferrari at Le Mans. After a failed deal to purchase Ferrari, Ford was determined to beat them at their own game. The result? The Ford GT40, a car that would dominate endurance racing, winning Le Mans 4 times in a row from 1966 to 1969. That first generation was a racing weapon, engineered purely for speed, endurance, and victory. It wasn't meant for the streets, but it set the foundation for what would eventually become the modern Ford GT. Fast forward to the early 2000s, and Ford decided to celebrate its centennial in the most thrilling way possible, by bringing back the GT40, but this time as a road-legal supercar. The 2005 to 2006 Ford GT, a modern classic. The first modern Ford GT debuted in 2004, heavily inspired by the GT40 but modernized for the 21st century. It had the same aggressive stance, the low-slung body, and the unmistakable racing DNA. Under the hood was a 5.4-liter supercharged V8, producing 550 horsepower and 500 lb-ft of torque, paired with a 6-speed manual transmission. It wasn't just fast, it was raw, mechanical, and connected, the perfect blend of retro design and modern engineering. With a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of just 3.3 seconds and a top speed of 205 miles per hour, it was one of the most capable supercars of its time. The GT was a direct competitor to the Ferrari Enzo and Porsche Carrera GT, yet it offered something uniquely American, muscle car power with supercar precision. Production was limited to just 4,038 units, making it a highly sought-after collector's car today. The 2017 present Ford GT, a technological marvel. Fast forward to 2015, and Ford shocked the world again, this time, with an entirely new Ford GT. This wasn't just a reboot of the old formula, it was an entirely different breed of supercar. Gone was the supercharged V8. In its place? A 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6, producing 660 horsepower and 550 lb-ft of torque. Some purists questioned the switch, but Ford had a clear reason: Le Mans dominance. This version wasn't just built for the road. It was engineered as a race car first, then adapted for the street. With its carbon fiber monocoque, active aerodynamics, and advanced suspension system, the new GT was as much a hypercar as it was a supercar. It wasn't just about raw speed, it was about precision, aerodynamics, and cutting-edge technology. The 7-speed dual-clutch transmission allowed for lightning-fast shifts, while the adjustable suspension made it versatile on both road and track. One of the biggest highlights? The active aerodynamics system, which dynamically adjusts the rear wing and underbody flaps to optimize downforce and stability. In track mode, the car lowers itself by 50 mm, reducing drag and maximizing grip. The result? A car that isn't just fast in a straight line, but one that absolutely dominates corners, carving through the road like a precision instrument. Le Mans victory, 50 years later. Ford wasn't just building the GT for show, they had unfinished business at Le Mans. In 2016, exactly 50 years after the legendary 1966 victory, the new Ford GT returned to the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Competing in the GTE Pro class, it faced off against Ferrari, Porsche, and Corvette. And just like in the past, history repeated itself. Ford won, proving that their engineering prowess was still alive and thriving. This wasn't just a tribute car, it was a championship-winning race machine, designed with the same spirit that drove the original GT40 to victory. Performance breakdown, what makes it special? Let's break down what makes the modern Ford GT so special. 1. Engine and powertrain. The 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 may not have the emotional growl of a V8, but it delivers instant torque and efficiency. At 660 horsepower, it's no slouch, launching from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds with a top speed of 216 miles per hour. 2. Carbon fiber everything. One of the biggest advantages of the Ford GT is its lightweight construction. The entire body is made from carbon fiber, keeping the weight low while improving rigidity and aerodynamics. 3. Aerodynamics and active aero. The teardrop-shaped body is designed for maximum downforce with minimal drag. The rear wing adjusts dynamically, providing extra downforce when needed. In track mode, the car drops closer to the ground, giving it insane cornering stability. 4. Suspension and handling. The pushrod suspension system, inspired by Formula One, allows for adjustable ride height and stiffness. This means the car can be compliant on the road but absolutely planted on the track. 5. Interior, driver-focused. Inside, it's all about function over form. There's no unnecessary luxury, just pure performance-focused design. The steering wheel is inspired by race cars, with all controls at your fingertips. The fixed seats ensure an optimal driving position, while the adjustable pedals and steering column accommodate the driver. Driving experience, what's it like? Driving the Ford GT is unlike any other experience. It's not just about brutal acceleration. It's about control, balance, and precision. The moment you press the start button, the twin-turbo V6 roars to life with a deep, aggressive note. Acceleration is ferocious, pinning you to the seat as the car rockets forward. The dual-clutch gearbox shifts with precision, keeping you in the power band at all times. But what truly stands out is the handling. The car sticks to the road like glue, thanks to its advanced aerodynamics and suspension system. Whether you're carving through corners or pushing it on the track, the GT feels composed, balanced, and razor-sharp. It's a car that demands respect and skill, rewarding the driver with an experience that few other supercars can match. The future of the Ford GT. With production ending in 2023, the Ford GT's legacy continues. Ford has hinted at new performance cars, possibly even an electric or hybrid supercar carrying the GT name. While the era of internal combustion may be fading, the spirit of the Ford GT, its dedication to performance, innovation, and racing dominance, will undoubtedly live on in future models. Conclusion. The Ford GT isn't just a car, it's a legend. From its origins in Le Mans glory, to its modern-day dominance, it represents the pinnacle of American engineering and racing heritage. It's a supercar that doesn't just compete with the best, it challenges the very notion of what a supercar should be. Whether it's the brutal V8 of the 2005 model, or the high-tech aerodynamics of the 2017 version, the Ford GT remains one of the most iconic performance machines ever built. And that's why it will always be a true legend in the world of automotive history.